Good morning, traders. Today is Friday, January 7th. My name is Charles, and this is the Pirate Traders live stream. The Pirate Traders live stream. Yeah. Thank you so much to the 13 likes out of the 50 people that are here. I appreciate you guys. If you smash that thumbs up first thing in the morning when the video first starts like this, it helps the algorithm to recognize that they should send some more people my way. So I appreciate that. All right, what are we looking at here this morning? Well, we had this massive sell-off a couple days ago, and yesterday we basically just balanced at lower prices, and it looks like we're starting to build a bit of a balancing area here, having the three we can clearly see. In the overnight session last night, the night before, and all day yesterday, a majority of the trade took place in this one area. So we're looking for how the market sort of breaks out of this area for potential signals. There should be some support. If we start to test the lower ends down here, there should be some support around that 50 daily simple moving average. Okay. Also, just because there's these two sets of the base of single prints up just below it, there's a lot of strength in the market here. So I would think if the market pushes down into here, we'll find support. If that breaks, though, if the 50 daily breaks, I would be short the market for continuation lower. Okay, so if it pushes below, comes back up, finds resistance, I'll go short there for continuation lower. Don't know how far much lower it'll go, but I will be positioned for a further downside push if we break that 50 today. And with the 20 that's above us, just above price, right there at 47.03. Exactly the same thing to the upside. If we can get above that 20 and find support, I would look for continuation higher. Okay, and to me, that seems like that's the more likely outcome today, is that we'll push higher, break out of this this sort of balancing area high that we've got going here, and then get continuation higher. And then, of course, there's always door number 3, which is an option, which is that we just go sideways. You know, it's Friday. We may just grind around in a tight range and go nowhere. So we'll have to see once the market opens which way they want to take it. I will say it's a little bit bearish to be opening below the 20 daily. Again, I mentioned this at the end of the day yesterday. It almost certainly feels like if we couldn't open above the 20, we'd need to retest the 50. So just keep that in mind this morning. Also, obviously, we're expecting chop because we're opening inside the previous day's range. Good morning, Cyrus. Good morning, MW. David Glass, good to see you. Diego, welcome. Ronald is here. Good morning to you. Scooball, good to see you. Nicholas, good morning, 1414. Not sure I know what that means. Big Ray, good morning to you. RK saying he's hoping for 16K in NQ. Yeah, same thing I would say if the NQ can get above, say, that overnight high. same thing. Then I'd look for it to start to backfill some of the excess to the upside. But this is same as on the ES. This is kind of becoming like a balancing area high. So we got to get through it, come back down, and find support if we're going to get continuation to the upside. Good morning, Philip. Nicholas, 14 likes out of 14 viewers. That's awesome. Those first 14, my OGs in the house. Nor Auto Trading from Norway. Good to see you. Welcome. Good morning, TV. Yes, first snow in New York. I woke up at like 3 a.m. or something like that because I had to pee. And I was like, man, it's so bright outside. Why is it so bright? Is it morning? Like, I was so confused. And then I looked out the window and everything was covered in snow. And because everything was covered in snow, all the lights and stuff in the neighborhood were much brighter because they're all bouncing off the white surfaces. Arthur, good morning to you. Arthur says it looks like we're going lower today. Like I said, I wouldn't really start to worry unless we broke below that 50 daily. A test of that would seem perfectly natural because we opened below the 20 daily moving average. Let me zoom out to that chart real quick. So yeah, in the past, if we're going to find support on the 20 daily right here, we often just dip below, but then by the next day, we're back above it. So the fact that we open below it increases the odds that we need to go down and test the 50 again. Looking for support in there. Or maybe even do one of these, right? Break the 50 and then pull back up by the next day. So I would say if the market pushes down to that 50 daily, that would be perfectly natural, but then we'd want to find support there. And it'd be very bearish if that broke. Henry ticks look good? Question mark. They're too hard to read right now because they're just kind of floating right around that zero line. But yeah, it looks like the buyers are starting to step in here. Still just chop, just uncertainty. Party Prash Road to 45.45. That'd be quite a dip. Yeah, I mean, there's a gap down there that needs filling, but lots and lots of support between here and there. Rocket trading for the win. Congrats. All right. So remember, as the market with chop, right, which is what we're experiencing here, price discovery, there's going to be a lot of resistance up here above. So the chop, the market is pushing towards that 20 daily, but it's likely to do a lot of grinding in here. So just something to keep in mind if you're entering trades. All right, so we got this level right here at 91.75 that needs backfilling. Oh, well, there it goes. It's backfilling as we speak. So looking for support. Again, there's a lot of resistance in here, so they're going to have to grind up into it if they're going to break through. Okay, so at the moment, the ES is getting resistance at its 20 moving average on the 15-minute candles. And the NQ is finding support. It pushed through that moving average and then it pulled back down and now it's finding support. So for the market to be bullish today, we need to hold support on this 50 moving average on the NQ and break through it as resistance on the ES. If the opposite happens, if it remains as resistance on the ES and we can't get back up through it, or the NQ starts to push back down through it to the downside, that would be more of a sign of rotation. Okay? So we need this 50 to hold, or this 20 SMA to hold, and this 20 SMA to break. Poor high on the NQ, question mark? I don't see any reason. Okay, so working our way through that 20 moving average on the 15-minute candles there, and with the internals all kind of pointing up, I'm getting bullish here. I think the market wants to try to get back above that 20 daily moving average. So I will stay bullish as long as we stay above the halfback, which is at 46.87. As long as we can, or it's basically where the opening price was, as long as we stay above that price, I think the target is to try to break out above that 20 daily. If we do pass back down through that price again, though, I will be back to neutral. Really, I'll be bearish at that point because then it'll mean the market needs to test the 50 down here. But it's basically the way I see it. The market from open here in the middle was either going to go test this one or test this one. And now I'm getting the vibe it wants to test this one first. So I'm only looking for longs here. Obviously, it's still chopped, so it could reverse on me. We could print that B and immediately start to sell down. But I think as long as we keep trying to push up, we'll make it to that 20. All right. Well, I might have been wrong about that getting bullish too early there. So the obviously we were above the 20 moving average when I said that. We've now pulled back below it, and it seems to be acting as resistance on the 15-minute candles there. So this halfback right here, this is the last sort of support I see if we are going to take a stab for getting up to that 20 moving average. So I remain bullish above that halfback, but it is starting to look like maybe I was a bit early on the call. Thank you, Rocket. Have a great weekend, brother. All right, so I'm switching myself to neutral here, as it's not as bullish as I thought it was. But honestly, I should probably really be changing myself to bearish. Because, like I said, if they don't go test the 20 daily, they'll test the 50. The odds that the door number 3, where we just rotate in a tight range inside of here, that's the least probable outcome. It's possible. It's a Friday. It's not impossible to imagine. But the higher probability in my mind is that we're testing one of these two larger moving averages. So if we could make it to this one, probably it becomes this one. So I'm not jumping into a short here just yet, but worth thinking about. Cotton Dog. What conditions are needed to say bulls were rejected at 4,700? More time? Um, Bulls were rejected at 4,700. No, I mean, you could say that right now. I'd say it'd be confirmed if we pushed back up towards the value area high and found resistance there. Right, this node down here. That would be the confirmation. So right now, just looking at the internals, I would say rotational. That's what it feels like at the moment. But like I said, the probability that we test either 4703 or 4665 today are extremely high. Trading Donkey, see any breadcrumbs, Charles? Yeah, I mean, now it's starting to feel like they want to test the 50 below before the 20 above. Um, that's what I think. But I still don't really feel like I want to jump into a short, though. I'd love, like you said earlier, I'd love a donkey trade. I'd love the C period to come up here and get above the POC, catch a short there, and then do it. But who knows? Right now, we're just rotating. Selling theta, banner change? No, not enough for a banner change. Not yet. But getting close. So same as to the upside. And I just realized the mic was off for all that. Yeah, so I'm basically just saying I'm bearish now, but in exactly the same way I was earlier in the day, bullish. So I think we're heading down to test the 50 daily SMA at 65. But we have a lot of support in here around the lows of these two overnights. You can see in the cumulative volume around 72, there's a lot of support there. So we'll have to do some grinding to get through it. But I do think the target is the 50 daily at 65. All right, so as we print the C period here, we are flirting with the B and A period lows. So if we can get 2 more ticks lower, we are 1 time framing lower, which is a little bit bearish to see. And we pulled the the POC lower here in the C period, which is a little bit bearish to see. Ticks are still trending down, but not in a terribly disturbing type of way. Very calmly. So we got a poor low right now. This will be the push away from the poor low. Look for what happens when we come back down to repair it. Do we get continuation lower, or do we just dip down, find support, and then turn around and head back up? If we come back down, get 2 ticks below and find support, that means the market just wants to go rotational. But if we can get 2 ticks below and get some continuation, once again, I think the target is that 50 daily. And with that, I shall bid you all farewell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy the snow if you're in the Northeast. And I will see you all here on Monday morning. Please smash that like button. Only 47 likes today. So please smash that like button on your way out if you don't mind. I'd sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot.